Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. So this week up on the actually I don't know what to call it.
Pause it.
Up on the posit.
Pause.
All right,
Actually, sure. Let's just go with this.
all right. So this week up on the posit, we're
Wow, this
gonna
was a really
be
natural intro.
yeah, easy. We're gonna be kind of doing something a little different because obviously there's no update or anything to talk about like that. So of
Yeah.
course, as always, we're gonna be talking about our progression and our updates with our accounts and
We have
videos.
quite a bit, actually.
We do have quite a bit, and then also on top of that, the reason it's kind of weird and off this week is because there's no updates of any kind. There
Yup.
was a 6 to 8 hour maintenance. I don't even know how long it was, but it felt like an eternity.
That personally affected Rob.
Yeah, I woke up at like about 4 or 5 and just stared at a wall because I forgot that there is no update and it was just
Mm-hmm.
maintenance.
Yep.
So,
I
uh,
slept through it.
yeah, big sadness for me, but maintenance is done and we can play again. So,
And life's sad sometimes.
we have nothing to talk about. There was a brief update on like the Chronicles, the Korean Chronicles, so we might touch on that and the lore of that, but that's going to be about it, and we'll end with, of course, as always, a massive Q&A because
I
like I
think we'll be
said,
talking about updates for a little bit, though.
yeah, we did do quite a bit as far as updates and stuff like that. So, we're going to be talking about that for a little bit.
We'll see how massive this Q&A really is.
I think the Q&A is going to be massive.
Okay, you know what?
All right. But either way, that's what you all have to look forward to. So hopefully you stick around for that. And before we get into anything, though, Michelle, how's it going?
So well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I haven't really been working on any videos this week, but personal account wise, I've been doing a lot. So,
Really?
yeah, so I think I mentioned in last week's episode that someone in our clan, shout out again, I won't train, they said that they were going to help me with the Bandos, like God
Oh, yeah.
Dungeon dude, God Wars Dungeon.
Yeah, God Wars Dungeon boss Bandos.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
General
Like
Guerrerodor.
Guerrerodor.
Yeah.
General Guerrerodor. But they helped me along with someone else, so that was pretty cool. And then I only had 2 more of the like generals left, so I was like, okay, I could ask somebody to help me. But then Rob was like, you know what? Fine, I'll do it. Like I really wore him down, I guess.
Yeah, she's been asking for literal months.
Yeah.
Probably close to half a year.
I don't think it's been that long.
It's probably close.
But
It's probably like 4 or 5 months.
anyway, the general, like Guerrerodor was super easy with 3 people when the third person that I don't know, they had
Brought a
a
scythe.
scythe with them. We first ran up to him and I was confused because I feel like he just got hit once and was like, "Bleh," and just died.
She didn't know that the scythe hits 4 times in a single swing.
Yeah, so now I'm saving up for a scythe. I
Yeah.
didn't know how they worked. They're so hardcore and I need one.
They are very good.
I'm just going to save up for a couple years and I should be getting a scythe going
Yeah,
soon.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. When RuneScape 7 comes out, maybe you'll have enough.
Yeah, maybe then. It's gone down in value since I first looked a week ago. It's like
Yeah.
100K less.
100K? You mean 100 mil? That's a little bit different.
Yeah, 100 mil less.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, I think if the market continues to crash for another few months, maybe it'll be like 10K and we'll be able to buy one.
I'm going to buy 20.
Oh, why'd you need more than one though?
It will go back up eventually.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure.
But yeah, so that was really cool. I did that several times. And then I was just one of the attackers. Like 2 of us were attacking and then the person in our clan was kind of tanking it. And I got too overeager and I went and clicked him before the tank did. And
She
my
got
prayer
smacked in
wasn't
the
on
face.
and I tried to run out and I died.
Yeah, she got smacked in the face by Bandos and
It was hilarious.
died. So good thing
Yeah.
she's not hardcore.
I know, and I didn't even realize like how hardcore the scythes are. Because I was assuming like I could go and get the kill count. Because I have to deal the most damage in order to do it for a diary. And
Mhm.
after like several kills, I had to be like, hey, is it okay if I get the most hits in
Yeah.
this time?
There's no chance you will match the damage of
I think we were
scythe.
there for like 20 something kills, and I probably only got like a 3 kill count.
Yeah.
It was pretty nutty.
Yeah, and then we did the other bosses and they're pretty easy too, huh?
They were pretty easy with just 2 of us. I think we probably did maybe like 10 total for each of them. The Kriara and what's the other Krill?
Krill Sutsaroth.
Yeah, because I've already done the Commander Zilliana before, so we didn't even
Yeah.
bother with that. But it is really nice doing it with other people, I must say.
Yeah, and it also made it a lot less annoying because I was able to get the campfire for God Wars. So
And I haven't done that yet. So
yeah, I
that
would
was kind of
recommend
annoying.
if you ever plan on going to God Wars for more than, I don't know, a few kills and you have it unlocked and can do it, get the campfire going.
Yeah, I would also recommend if anyone's going to do Kriara to go to the wilderness and get the key,
Ecumenical key.
ecumenical key, because we spent like 25 minutes killing 40 of those
Yeah,
things.
for Bandos and for Krill, you don't really need to just because you usually bring Bandos. You usually bring Guthans, so it's not like a big deal. It'll take time, but
Yeah.
it won't take any of your
And there's
resources.
imps and goblins that you could kill. With the
Yeah,
Aviansi, the lowest level is like 73, which
yeah.
isn't too high, but you end up getting smacked when you're killing 40 of them.
The Aviancies are pretty annoying, so
Definitely.
definitely if you plan on going to Kriar for a while, which I think is one of the more profitable ones you can solo fairly easily,
Yeah,
you just need like Chinchampas and then yeah, bring ecumenical keys probably.
for sure. Yeah, it was. I didn't really get anything cool from like there, but whenever we were doing the krill, whatever,
Yeah,
I got 2 of the
the God
god sword
swords. Yeah,
shards. So that was like 300k total, and I was like, oh, okay, not bad.
yeah, no hilt, but still pretty good drops considering we're only there for like 6 kills or
Yeah,
something.
and considering how much money I spent on all the other generals, even like in supplies and stuff that I ended up
Yeah,
selling after too, I was like, oh, it's nice. I actually made money. I wasn't expecting that.
yeah, it's really weird, but yeah,
But
we were able to knock
yeah,
that
I
out, and you got
definitely
your you got your diaries right.
I did. I got my elite Fremennik diaries done.
Yep.
So exciting. I leveled up my rune crafting, so now my rune crafting is 78, which is still not as high as it feels like it should be.
Yep.
But yeah, it's super exciting. I now have 6 of the elites done.
Nice.
I know.
Yeah, you're almost
So
done.
I guess what I'm working on now is the wilderness because
I guess what I'm working on
I
now is the 95 Slayer.
no, I'm gonna hold off on that one. So for the wilderness, I just have to do some bosses. I have to do Castillo, Venatus,
Wow.
Viaton.
Oh my god.
Please read these
So
correctly.
yeah, so she needs to kill Callisto the bear,
Callisto.
Venenatus the spider, and Vedion the skeleton.
Okay, you know what? These aren't normal day-to-day names
I mean, they're some of the oldest bosses in the game.
that I've never done. So I have to do
Yeah.
all those. And weirdly, I have to do them all like
Back to
without
back.
yeah, without logging out, I believe, and without starting any other diary stuff. So that's kind of annoying.
Well, yeah. Luckily for you, you can kill them all relatively easily with like similar-ish gear.
Yeah, but I just don't want to bring anything expensive because I'm probably gonna get killed by a player.
Yeah. The only annoying one out of those three, in my opinion, would be Vedion. I mean, I've only watched
Have you
people
done?
kill them,
Okay.
but you can safe spot Callisto and Venenatus, although they are
Oh,
in Deep Wildy
yeah.
next to Multi, so they're pretty dangerous. Vedion, I don't think it's that dangerous, but he's the most annoying to kill because you have to like flinch him or get him stuck or something, and he
hmm
summons dogs. Overall, seems the most annoying, but
Yeah, and Rob said he may consider being a lookout for me.
yeah, I
He
may or
does not
may
want to
not.
duo with me though. So if anyone would like to duo
I mean, I
these,
could duo it, but I mean, like, I would pretty much only want to go there with like a rune cross and like black d'hide, so essentially nothing.
yeah, no, that's all I was gonna bring.
Yeah, so we might end up doing that. I
That'd be
don't, I
cool.
don't care about the diaries, but apparently she does.
I do. I only have
So
2 things left in the wilderness. So other than
I don't
that,
mind helping her.
I also need something that I have to have 85 mining and 90 smithing. And my smithing is 88, so that won't take too long either. I can
No,
just
that'll be really
do,
fast. You
yeah.
can do that in a couple hours.
But mining takes so long.
It does, yeah,
I just got
forever,
up to 79. I was at 78.
practically forever.
Yeah. And I'm just planning on getting to 80 and then just doing the stews because I do not have the patience to get 6 more levels of
I mean, you
this.
might as well. You're gonna have to get it to 99 eventually. So
No.
it's like, why
This
not
is
do it
actually the
now?
highest requirement for the diaries.
But I mean, so you're never gonna get mining to 99 ever.
I don't know at this point. I've been doing a lot of shooting stars too. It's
I
not the
mean,
most efficient mining, but
yeah, I
it's
was
more
like, it'll help
fun.
with shooting stars, so maybe you can think of it like that.
Yeah, it was super cool. Yesterday I found like I used to be like in a clan chat for shooting stars, but now I have a plugin which you should all get on RuneLight. And basically if anyone checks their telescope who also has the plugin, it will like kind of update this map saying like where they're landing.
What's the name of the plugin? So
It's
everyone
called
knows.
Shooting Stars.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
I
this
could
is
look who
for
it's by.
RuneLight, by the way. If you're
Yeah.
using the RuneLight client, you can go to the bottom and go to the plugin hub and look up shooting stars.
Yeah, and I have the one by and Macadamus.
Yeah, that's not a real name.
It's
so
not a real name.
yeah.
But yeah, it starts with an A and stuff. The other ones don't. So I would totally recommend that. It's kind of annoying though. It only works if other people or you are actively contributing and like going and looking at your telescope. But
Yeah, so it's like crowdsourced
yeah,
knowledge of where the stars
stars are
are.
falling. Yeah, so it's really cool. Yesterday I like found a rock by Falador by myself, and I was there. Only one other person joined me. I think for Loba there's two people and one
You're there for
left.
like 40 minutes, right?
I was there for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I went to go shower and it logged me out. So I probably would have been there for like another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I got 3,000 Stardust just sitting there. I got the Celestial Ring.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. So, been doing that for mining. Also, I need to get it up to 80 for a master clue that I have. That I have to do 85.
Yeah.
That so I don't know if I've mentioned I'm doing a video where I'm going to be showing the loot from like every type of clue scroll.
Yeah.
And I am stuck on this master step because I have to get to 85.
It's almost as if it's a master.
I know the master ones are so hard.
I
I've
mean,
like in the process of waiting, I've done so many of like the beginner, easy, and hard ones that I've
Yeah.
just been getting like throughout this time. I weirdly don't get a lot of mediums. I don't know why.
Because that's how, I mean, that's like the definition of the masters. The masters have at minimum or at max, like general requirements are like 80 to 90.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So it's like, unless you're a max account, you're probably going to have to wait to do them.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do that first. That one I know for sure I'm going to boost. I mean, the wilderness one, I'm not as certain because I probably won't do that for a little bit anyway because I don't feel like bossing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the master clue, I for sure want to go and boost it with the stews because I really would like to get that video out soon.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, and what else have I been up to? I feel like I was doing more than that.
I mean, you could tell them about how we did Theater of Blood.
Oh, not even a big deal, but we're TOBers now. So.
Yeah, we're all TOBers. Everyone in the game apparently is TOBers.
Yeah, so shout out to our other clan member.
Oh yeah, Odd Tempo.
Odd Tempo. I don't know if he
I
listens.
don't think he listens. But...
Yeah, but he, I guess, like, I wasn't there for this, but he hit up the clan and was like, does anyone want to do the story mode?
Yeah, like the day Odd Tempo joined, he's like, yo, does anyone want to do this? Because apparently he wanted to do it, but he just couldn't find anyone, so we obliged.
I thought I was going to have to do it solo, so I was like hype, but...
Yeah. It's definitely easier solo if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, apparently it gets like harder and harder more people you add because we did it once with a fourth person who would just happen to be there and it was rough.
It's very much so. It scales up. All the raids do. So you're as good as your weakest player. Like it evens out. If you have a really good player and a really bad player, then you're gonna have about an okay time as far as both people go, as far as difficulty and stuff. But if you have like two or like a decent player and a bad player, overall you're gonna have like a bad time.
Yeah. So basically we're gods at it now that we've done it one story mode. If any of you want to do it and like are looking for people, I'd be down to do it again.
Yeah, you can join our clan if you want to do that.
And join our clan chat first, which is Bunebape osrs, and then we could just like meet you somewhere and recruit you.
Yeah.
If you're already in a clan,
I mean, you can still join the clan chat. I'm debating.
I'm like, do I want to help you or do I want to say leave your other clan and join ours?
Yeah, you can still join the clan chat and maybe we'll be up for it. But
maybe if you're lucky.
No guarantees because it does take quite some time. It takes like 30 minutes to an hour depending on who you're playing with to do it. And
if you do it on your first try, which we did not.
Yeah, and there's a chance you'll lose because you get 3 tries, like 3 strikes and you're out, unlike regular TOB.
It's not exactly like 3 strikes you're out. It's 3 strikes as a team and you're out.
Yeah, so, 3 entire wipes.
Yeah, I think that the first night we tried, because we did over 2 different nights, I think we tried 3 times. And
we tried twice.
We tried twice. And me and Odd Tempo kept dying.
Yeah, I don't know how.
And it was funny. But yeah, we both kept dying. And then Rob was kind of like having to do a couple of them after we died. We died in like 2 different things. I think I died like 6 times total during this game, dude.
You guys died a lot. Like
we did.
I think on our first try we had like over 10 deaths, which is
it was ridiculous.
Lot between 3 people.
Yeah, but we didn't have to restart it until the final round because Rob was able to stay alive at least.
We have questions that are going to be for this specifically, but if I had to give like anyone like one-off like information on how to do this, like best practices is kind of obvious, but it's to like look up videos on it and like watch them several times.
Yeah, that's what I'm not good at. I don't have the best memory,
Yeah.
which I think I literally commented on last week. You said something, and I was like, oh, you forgot to mention this thing that you just said. That's how bad my memory is, apparently. So,
Yeah.
watching the videos, as soon as we'd get to the next boss, I'd be like, what do we pray
Yeah, I'd
again?
recommend watching the videos and taking notes on them if
That's smart.
you
Yeah.
are like semi serious about trying to actually get it done. Because
Yeah.
like the first boss is easy if you remember like which prayer to hold up, what you need to kill, and like what you need to stay out of. So you don't need an entire video playing while you're playing. You just need like a couple like
Tips.
yeah, just little cliff notes on each boss.
Especially the last boss. The last boss is so hard.
Yeah, the last
That's
boss
how we
is the
kept
one that
dying. We
has like
never,
the most phases.
yeah, we never died, all three of us, before the last boss. Because there was, like you just said, there was 3 phases. So there was parts that, like, we'd all inevitably forget.
Yeah.
There were these little tornado things that went and healed it, and all of us forgot what those did. So we were just letting her get healed, like, immensely.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, again, if you like do your research and then just like jot down a couple notes, you don't need to be like super thorough, then you'll probably have a really good chance at getting through it. So
For sure.
it's not super hard. It did take us like I think 4 tries overall. We would have
Yeah.
got it, I think, on the third if we weren't trying to carry that
Yeah,
guy.
the third we were trying to carry someone, and it was so unfortunate because in the last round, their computer disconnected.
Yeah. When we were about to try the last boss.
So we were just stuck there with just the 3 of us, and it
Yeah.
seemed harder, but I don't know if
It
it actually
was.
was.
Yeah, it definitely
I
was
think
harder.
it was scaled for 4 people,
Yeah,
even though
because
they died.
enemies have more health the more people you have in the raid. So it took us longer to kill them, and overall, it's just a bad experience. Don't do what that person did. If you're out there, this person's name was Sup Doggy, calling you
Dang.
out, dude.
You're gonna call them out?
Do not be like this person. They showed up to TOB and just asked a random group, which was us, if they can go in and do it. They didn't have comms.
Yeah, they didn't have Discord because we were all talking on our
Yeah.
microphones, and without that, I don't think we could have done it.
We asked if he wanted to get on Discord, or they wanted to get on Discord. They said they don't have it.
That
And
sucks though. They could just not have a mic.
on top of that, they didn't know the fights. If they didn't have disc and they were experienced in some regard, then it wouldn't have mattered. But they like didn't know the fights in general, and they disconnected, which was obviously not their fault. But don't be that person.
It was just unfortunate all around.
Be samurai prepared if you are actually wanting to finish the quest.
Yeah, it took a few hours total for us to finish it.
Yeah, overall, I think it probably took us like 2 hours and 10 minutes if I had to guess.
Really? I felt like longer than that to me.
Um.
The first few rounds, I feel like no, because we kept having to restart a couple times.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
should account for that.
I'm not. I wasn't counting the ones with doggy. Without the ones without.
Oh, that was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, the one without doggy. I think if you don't include that, it took us like probably a little over 2 hours to get all 3 attempts done.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we did our third attempt, we were like not. I wouldn't call us pros, but we were like leaps and bounds more efficient than our first or second try.
I also think something you should totally bring that we didn't bring initially, but me and Odd Tempo ended up bringing the crystal halberds.
Oh yeah,
and I feel
too.
like you did too.
Yeah.
I feel like those actually made a huge difference.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not insane. If
Well,
like
for their special
if
attacks
you-
compared to what did I have before, like a whip or something?
Yeah, I mean, definitely bring a special attack weapon, like a DPS special attack weapon. So you should have like Bandos or the Dragon Warhammer, but on top of that, you should either have claws, the Crystal Halberd, or a DDS. Because if you, I think people have done the math on it, and the Dragon Dagger spec is like almost as good, if not better, than the Halberd, because you get 4 of them, and the Halberd you only
Really?
get 3.
Weird.
So, and you attack twice every
Maybe
time.
the RNG was just in our favor. Maybe we're just getting used to it, but
Yeah, we're
it
hitting
felt
pretty good.
so
with
much
it.
smoother the fourth round compared to every other round before that.
Yeah, for instance, I think we had like each of us had like 2 or 3 Ceradomin brews on the last boss, the first and second try.
The other
and
ones we had like 0.
the very last one we had like I had like 7 or 8 brews.
Oh, whenever we came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of food. It
no,
was
no.
nice.
When on the last boss, I had like 7 or 8 brews.
Leftover?
Yeah, going into the last boss.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I meant. Going into the last boss.
Yeah, going into the last boss.
Yeah, I thought you meant after, and I was like, you
No.
finished with that much food?
No.
Yeah, some of the times whenever we all 3 died, we came back and none of us had food, and we tried that once, and then after we all died again, we're like, all right, let's just take us out of the game real quick.
Also, shout out to another YouTuber by the name of Name Jamie. Apparently, they were the only like guide on the quest that we could find at the time, and they had never done TOB, and
They seem to
offered
do it really effectively.
yeah, they offered some pretty solid advice, and they're even able to kill the last boss with no healing. So obviously, it's like doable if you have the information or and the knowledge. So shout out to that person. They literally had the only like semi decent quest that the day the quest came out or
I
quest guide.
will say though, their video made me think it was gonna be easier than it was because I didn't realize how much it was gonna scale up
Yeah,
3 times as
like
much.
like I said, it's a lot easier by yourself.
For sure.
Yeah. Unless you're like just under geared and stuff like that, then it's probably easier in a group. But if you're like appropriately geared and prepared, it's definitely easier by yourself.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. The other person we were going with, he was like joking, like, "Oh, like the guide like recommends all this max gear and stuff, and I can't afford it." And
Yeah.
meanwhile, I was there with my max gear and higher levels, like dying along with it
Yeah.
the entire time,
Michelle's the only one of us that had like the best in slot.
and I was still
Although,
dying. The
although you
last
didn't
game, I didn't
have,
die,
you didn't have, yeah, you didn't die in the last one, which is
which was
nice.
amazing.
And, but you didn't have Void Elite, so.
Oh, I didn't have Void Elite.
Or
They
you don't
both
have
had
Void
Void
either.
Elite. Yeah, I still don't have my Void. I have like 2 of the helms, but I just get bored doing it.
Yeah, it is very boring. I would
Yes.
recommend definitely getting pest control out of the way sooner or later because I think Void Elite is like best in slot learner gear for both raids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just really good to get.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I have to do Chamber of Xeric for the Western, and I also have to have Elite for the Western, but Western's also the one where I need 93 non-boostable Slayer, so
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it yet.
Yeah. So
Eventually in my life I'll do it.
yeah, I guess it's funny. All that was an update just for TOB.
Just for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I don't think that the Q&A is going to be crazy because we've done so much this week.
Yeah, but I don't want to like I don't know spend like the entire day talking about our accounts or
All
whatever.
right, fine. Well, really quick, update them on yours.
Oh, I actually don't even know what I did. But I mean, I did the TOB stuff, so the first night we like called it quits because we didn't want to stay up super late and
Which was funny because it was 9 here and it was like 1 a.m. or something for the other person.
yeah, I think it's normal to stay up that late. We're kind of weird. We're
yeah,
like,
we go to sleep early.
yeah, we're oddly responsible in that regard. But
That's the only record.
yeah. So, but after that, I decided that I wanted Elite Void because I had only regular Void, and the only reason I got it is to kill Vorkath. So I ended up farming out the rest of the points for Elite Void.
Oh yeah, that's what you did like all weekend.
Yeah, and then I was able to have that for our kill on the TOE quest.
I wonder if that helped too. You have an
I mean,
Elite
it
Void
definitely was a
flow.
lot easier to do switches than to bring like an entire set of gear.
God, the switches were so annoying.
Yeah, and I was also having trouble with Ava's assembler because I was just being a noob. But either way, it definitely made the run easier for me.
So would recommend that.
Yeah, definitely would recommend that, of course. And on top of that, I also was able to finish the Western medium and hards, which I also needed to do for the elite. So I had
you
to
got
kill
that
Zora. Yeah, Zora was super annoying. It took me like 4 tries.
Did you get the pet?
Yeah, first
Shut
try.
up.
No, I absolutely suck at Zora.
I actually had a dream that we were playing RuneScape and Rob was trying to hide it from me because he got the little Temporos pet and Tangleroot and he didn't want to tell me and make me feel bad
this was
about
a dream.
myself.
Just making sure everyone knows this was a dream.
This was a dream, but this is how real life feels to me. As soon as he got the little Vorky, I'm like, I'm never gonna get a pet. You're gonna get all these before me, aren't you?
Actually, I think it's there's a pretty good chance I get a second pet before you get your first because you just don't do that much pet content like you do like Tangleroot content. That's it.
Yeah, my farming is now 28 mil. Still no Tangleroot.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
It's rough out here.
I feel like there's a good chance I'll get another Vorky before you get
I don't care if it's another Vorky. I care if it's something new.
Yeah.
I'd be a little bitter if it was a new Vorky. Let's be real here.
I was gonna say, what if I just did Temporos, but I think that's like one of the lower drop chances in the game.
I love the Temporos pet, dude. He's so cute. I saw somebody earlier with it, and I looked, and they've only done Temporos 100 times.
Yeah, some people get so lucky. It's like the 1KC pets. It's
oh my god.
Yeah, I saw someone with like a 1KC Inferno pet, and it's like, dang, dude.
They never have to do it again.
Yeah, it's a meme.
I've now also done 10 Skatizo, so I was like, all right, I'm probably like a 1/6 of the way to the pet. Watch me be that person who gets like 1,000 and never gets the pet.
I don't think there's a single person that's killed 1,000 Skatizo, or even close.
Don't bum me out. I'm trying to get there.
Like I haven't checked in a long time, but last time I checked, it wasn't even close to 1,000.
Oh man, I
Yeah,
like this Skatizo pet.
yeah, Skatizo pet's actually really sick, and it has a really high chance. So
It's 1 out of 65. I actually have a Skatizo quick guide if any of you are interested, but I do mention that in the video.
yeah, it's a very very easy boss. If you have, there's a preface. If you have, dark, is it Arclight?
Arclight.
Yeah,
If you don't have Arclight, don't bother because I tried to
yeah,
do it without Arclight and I had to teleport out.
it's possible, but it's a lot more work than is necessary. So I
I
wouldn't
don't.
recommend it without
Whenever
it.
I was trying it, I was like, I know physically this is possible, but I do not understand how.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, but you're gonna have to really
It's ridiculously
work for
hard.
it if you
Yeah.
want it.
Have you been working on any skills this week, or is that about it? Just the
I
diaries.
was able to get my hunter up. I started streaming a
Oh
little bit,
yes.
and I was streaming.
Yeah, he's been trying to stream a lot more. If any of you are interested in that.
Yeah, if anyone is interested, it's twitch.tv/Bunebape.
Yep.
So you can go check it out there.
We
I usually
also
stream
share
in the
the
morning.
link on Twitter.
Yeah, I usually stream in the morning PST. So if you're interested, it also I think is early enough that it covers like late night Europe. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, late night Europe and also early morning Australia. But that's just like random stuff that I happen to know.
I know.
Uh,
I'm like, oh, odd
yeah.
flex.
Either way, yeah. So I was doing like a bunch of Chinchampas because I wanted to get to, for some reason, I wanted to get to 80. I wanted to get to 80 hunters so I could do herbivore because for some reason I had it in my mind that herbivore was good herblore experience, which it
It's
absolutely is
not.
not. It's awful herblore experience. You get like 1,000 an hour or something like
Yeah,
that.
but now you might just do a Chimchampa video, right?
Yeah, I've already started on the Chinchampa
Oh,
video,
okay.
so I think I'm gonna do loot from 10 hours of Chinchampa. I'm already like 2 hours in, so
Cool.
yeah, and it's pretty easy. I should also be getting up my hunter because it's like one of my lowest skills. It's only like 74, 75, so
Mine's actually like 80 something surprisingly. I just do the
birdhouses.
birdhouses. I always call them tree houses,
Yeah, you're
man.
just climbing up in these houses.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
But I do birdhouses like fairly often.
Yeah, I only do them once a day, so my hunter is really low, and so I'm just getting it up with Chinchampas. Overall, it's pretty easy and relaxing, so I don't mind it. It allows me to like flip and do stuff on my other account.
I think Chimchampas would be one of the most jealous of you I'd be if you got a pet because they're so cute.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
We spent like a few minutes just talking about how cute they are the other day.
Yeah, I like the way they jump. It's
Yeah,
really
their little
cute.
tails.
Yeah. And their bodies are so round.
Dude, everything about them is just adorable. I wish I could
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah, it's really great. And on top of that, I was like, also, there's probably nothing that's going to come of this, but I figured I'd mention it because like doing all these things, it's funny because like as you progress your account, you kind of become like, or at least for me, I've become like
Mhm.
more Iron Man-esque as I progressed my account.
You are being like that. I don't know if I am.
I think I've seen other people share this sentiment, or at least I'm hoping so, because if not, then I kind of feel crazy.
Well, it's kind of just like you're saving money.
Yeah, because like I've always been killing dragons. Like I really like killing dragons in this game, which is why my range is so absurdly high.
Yeah, it's weird.
But like now I'm like saving the dragon bones instead of buying them, and that's
Oh
like
no, I save the dragon bones too. Because why sell them? You're just gonna buy them again.
yeah. And then like also it's weird because I've seen people do this for sure, and I've also been thinking like, oh, they drop a lot of dart tips. Maybe I should just use those to make darts to get up my fletching. And it's like like at some point or another, it seems like I'm slowly turning into an Iron Man. So I'm like, why don't I just
Hilarious.
make a hardcore Iron Man account? Because
No, we discussed this yesterday. You would die.
I know I would die, but I mean that's like kind of why it's fun. That's like kind of the point of it.
It was so funny because he was like, "Wouldn't it be so cool to have like a max hardcore Iron Man?" And I was like, "Dude, you can't even
Bro.
get a max normal account."
Yeah, we were saying that'd be cool because we saw an insane account yesterday, and I didn't realize that it was a Iron Man account until someone else said it, which made it even more
The person
insane.
didn't respond, but three of us were at the same star just talking like, "Oh my god, Zoe, are you really
Yeah.
like did you actually do all this?"
Yeah, it was like Zoe something, and this person had 16,000 mole kills, was a maxed account, had like some of the most insane KCs, and yeah, we're just like sitting there gushing over this
We're all
person's
admiring
account.
them. They never responded to us.
Yeah, they're just sitting. We're all mining the star, just talking about how sick this person's account. They never said anything, which
Oh,
is
that was really funny.
the most on
on brand for an iron person.
Yeah, they're just like this is their like 65th like 6500th hour in the game, and they just like don't even care what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be cool to have a hardcore Iron Man, but like I said, you haven't even been able to max anything on this account.
Yeah,
It
true.
would literally take you like a decade,
But
which isn't bad. I
that's
mean,
also out of not wanting to, because I could easily max like fletching or cooking, or
yeah,
like I could just sit there and AFK max my melee, but I don't like really care about maxing. I just
yeah,
think it
we are
would be
not
cool
really into
eventually.
the AFK just to do it,
Yeah,
grinding just to grind.
because like I've said it before, but you if you wanted to and were really like about it, you could get all of your stats, like all of your combat stats, maxed pretty quick. Maybe not magic, but like
Really?
all the other ones. Yeah.
Wow, how? How for the ranging?
For the ranging, you just like sit at sand crabs. Like for all of them, you just sit at sand crabs.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like the fastest method in the game, not
but it's
even
not
close.
efficient because then you'll still have to go to Slayer later.
Oh yeah, obviously. That's why like I'm not like rushing it, because it's you're gonna get there eventually. So why make it boring?
Except
So
for mining, I'll never get there.
yeah, mining, no one's ever gonna get there.
Yeah.
To be
And
honest.
videos we haven't been having too much come out. We had your
Yeah,
newest video. I have a Necreel one and I have a Barbarian Assault that he still needs to edit, but the Barbarian Assault one, at least I know is gonna take a second to edit.
yeah.
So it will come eventually. We just don't know when.
Yeah, so we had like a low level PVM moneymaker, which I knew not a lot of people would be super interested in. It's
Hmm.
like very low level, like level 30 combat, and pretty much no one like looks for moneymakers that low level. So
They should. I should on my free to play account.
yeah,
We
and
also need to do
then
the free to play video.
yeah, we should.
I did like 1 hour of it, but I need to do a second hour.
Yeah, and so I think we've actually kind of been focusing a lot on like moneymakers, I guess, like more
Hmm.
or less because we want to, but also because that's just
We
what we're
both need
doing.
money, and now that I know about the scythe,
Yeah, that's like kind
bro.
of just how our accounts are progressing right now. So we're kind of like more or less like, oh, we should take a video of this because it's what we're doing.
Yeah,
More instead
exactly.
of like, oh, we should do this for a video. And I don't know, it's kind of how it's working
Yeah,
out
that's
now.
literally how my Necreals happen. Is I got assigned Necreals, and I was like, hey, Necreals make you a lot of gold. I should make a video on this.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I guess that is a really good point it brings up is the new quest that's coming out next week. The reason that there wasn't an update this week is because
Oh, of
next week they're
course.
coming out with the Corinne quest.
Totally forgot about it actually.
What's it?
A Kingdom Divided?
A Kingdom Divided, which I think is the Master Quest.
I
Again,
think
I don't
so.
know where I get that information from, but I think it is.
I think we're telepathically telling each other Master Quest.
Yeah, and
Or it should be
also
Novice.
no, because we were. If you don't know, in the game you can already see their requirements, and it's about 50 of like 6 or 7 different skills.
It's probably a harder
So
Master.
it's probably harder master, and I'm guessing it's going to be like a medium to long
I
quest.
only just got my cape back, and now I'm gonna lose it again.
Yeah.
Reminds
So
me, have you gotten your cape, or you still have Song of the Elves to do?
I still have Song of the Elves.
Okay, only one quest away though.
Yeah, I
Okay.
might do that this weekend.
Sorry to totally interrupt you. What
No,
else
yeah.
about the Kingdom Divided?
No, I was just saying like that's coming up next week, so we'll probably have a video about the quest, maybe our thoughts on it and overall like what we think of it and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Because
one of us will probably stream it too.
yeah, I'll probably stream it
Probably you.
potentially, but I don't think we'll make a quest guide on it just because I'll
No.
leave that to Slayer Music and all those guys.
Yeah, it was cool making a quest guide for like an easy one, but
Yeah,
I
like the low
cannot
level
imagine
stuff.
doing a master ones like Song of the Elves. You don't know yet. There's a bunch of stuff with crystals. If I wasn't watching a video, I truly don't even know how a person would guess. Hey, I should do this.
Yeah, plus I think I would want like two accounts that were like on equal footing so I could
Hmm.
like stumble my way through the first
I think
one.
that's what Slayer Music does.
Well, I know he has a bunch of accounts,
Yeah,
but yeah, to like just
our other accounts
totally
certainly are not at the same level.
yeah, just totally just goof it on my first try and then on the second one be like, "Oh, I'm a pro and this is how you do it." But
You know what I kind of want to do is I read someone saying that quests are more fun if you do it this way, which is go and buy all the supplies that you need, like read that. And then like maybe read if there's like a crazy boss fight, but then just like actually try to figure it out on your own.
just like
Yeah.
YOLO read it and
This
like
probably sounds like so dumb because all the developers listening will be like, "Yes, that's how we made them for you to just do them."
yeah.
And I'm like, "You guys, I got this crazy idea. Just do the
Yeah,
quest."
that's funny because that's like exactly how it used to be in World of Warcraft. Anyone that
Uh-huh.
like has played WoW Classic recently or in the past knows that like before you had to read the actual scroll that like people would give you for the quest and it'd be like,
Oh,
oh, south of this camp, there's this enemy you have to kill. But now it's like in modern day World of Warcraft, you just like are given this quest, and it immediately tells you on your map in
Yep.
this area.
Yep.
It like circles and highlights it. There's these enemies that you have to kill.
Literally me with my clue scrolls in my video too. I'm not even pretending that I try to figure stuff out. I'm like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
Runelight told me to go here. I'm gonna go here.
yeah, it's exactly like that. So, I mean, I'm sure there's people that play the game like that still. So you wouldn't be too crazy, I guess,
I'd
if you
be
did that.
like so retro if I did
So
that.
ret.
So ret.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean that could be a good idea.
Yeah, if I do that, I don't know if I'm gonna stream that because if anyone sees that, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, she's been streaming for 9 hours,"
She
and it's
did,
gonna be me on step 2.
yeah, it's gonna be like, is she crying? Yeah,
Yes. Oh, you know what's the headless beast quest? What's that called?
the headless beast.
Yeah, you have to kill that headless beast. It's like a novice quest. You have to like investigate. Someone came and stealing their
Oh
chickens.
yeah, it was a
Getting
newer
ahead.
quest. Yeah, getting ahead.
So the getting ahead, that's a novice, right?
Hmm.
Bro, tell me why I tried to do that on my own and it took me like an hour
Why would you
because
do
you have
that?
to investigate this farm area and I was clicking all over and I was like, where is this?
Oh, I'm sure it was right in front of you.
It was. It was
Nice.
like on a gate and I was like right next to the gate.
Yeah, so we'll probably yeah, I guess we kind of went on a tangent, but yeah, I guess we'll
Whatever.
probably make some videos about that. And I was thinking about relatively soon making like more like conversational videos because while I do like making combat videos and like loot videos,
We can't
it's
do that forever.
yeah, nice to mix it up. So I was thinking about doing like more conversational or discussional videos, which I think a couple of people would
Yeah,
like.
I didn't realize
So
people liked that, but his video, it was like 20 minutes long where he was just talking about the range meta changes, blew up like 10 times our normal amount of viewers on all of our combat ones. And I
well,
was like,
yeah,
whoa.
it's I mean it's a big deal and it like covers the entire game. Pretty much everyone that plays the game it would affect. So
It's just like, I guess, personal preference because I like videos more where it's less talking and I just see stuff.
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm trying to like branch off and do stuff like that. Cause well, one, Mandy kind of she's a viewer.
Shout out, Mandy.
Yeah, shout out Mandy. She like brought up that maybe we should try other videos kind of down that same vein and that same genre where it's like more discussional videos. And I think that's a really good idea
I
because
do too.
it's I mean, kind of like you were saying, it's a nice break. I like watching loot videos and stuff like that. Like Mr. No Sleep. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know who that is, but he like makes videos on like insane kill counts where like it'll be like 20,000 imps or something like that.
Wow.
But I like watching his videos, and so I take a lot of inspiration from that. But it is nice, I guess, watching other more like meta videos.
Yeah, just hanging out, talking, explaining what's happening.
Exactly, and it's nice
Yeah,
for
I
me because
do.
it's a lot
I do like
easier.
podcasts, so it's kind of similar. I like hearing what people think.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, oh, this person thinks this way, or like I don't agree with this, but I can understand what they're talking about,
Uh-huh.
kind of stuff like that. So it is podcast esque.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is. I mean, I don't mind. Like I said, it's a lot easier for me to produce as a content creator.
And
So
he's the only editor because I don't
yeah,
know how to, and I know that he is hyper specific, and he probably would not want me to.
yeah. So either way, I think that's totally cool from my standpoint.
Yeah,
So maybe we might do more of that.
yeah. If we do, it's probably gonna be more Rob doing it or me and Rob doing it together because I'm not the most creative person, I would say.
You don't know what to talk about. You're just
I
sitting
don't.
there like you're like, oh yeah, so there's this monster. I really want to talk about why he's a big meanie head, and I took me forever to kill him in this
And then
quest.
10 minutes later, I'm just like telling a story from Hawaii. I'm like, so there I was on a boat, right?
And you're like, so I told him about how I wanted to move, and you're just like talking about something totally different.
Yeah, you guys should hear me on my other podcast. We go on so many tangents.
Yeah, kind of like this. But so I guess that was about it for our. I guess that was you can more or less call that an update question mark
I feel
on.
like a lot of that was updates. We did a lot this week.
Yeah, we did. So that was more or less updates on our accounts.
Oh, one last thing. I
Yeah.
finally finished my gold prospectors recolor.
Oh, nice.
If
Yeah,
it
from
wasn't
the
implied, I got the ring and I colored it first.
yeah. Just so you know,
The
if you
helmet
want
changes so
to,
slight.
if you have the prospector's outfit from the Motherlode Mine, you can recolor it with Stardust via the falling or the shooting stars.
Yeah, instead of doing blue on like the little
Yeah.
details on it, whatever, it's like gold yellow.
Yeah. You
It's
just look
hilarious. The
like
hat turns a brighter yellow.
you just like look like a golded out like banana miner.
Yeah, the hat is exactly the same, just a couple shades lighter.
Yeah.
That part was hilarious. I was like, what is it possibly going to do? And I
What?
looked it up and I was like,
It's like,
Nothing.
what has happened? But yeah, so overall that's pretty cool.
Super.
But I don't think I've done anything else on my account. I have made a little bit of money flipping. I think I made like I started with 7 mil and I'm up to like 15. So
Oh
that's pretty
yeah.
nice.
And he was planning on doing a flipping video sometime. You might put it on hold though now, huh?
Yeah, I might put that on hold. I'm not entirely sure. It's not like at the forefront
I
because
want
I've
to.
already done a flipping video. Although I don't think it was very good. It was like fairly well received somehow.
Oh, I actually really liked it. It helped me out
Yeah.
a lot.
Also, if you want like really in-depth flipping information, I would highly recommend checking out Flipping Old School or yeah, flipping. I think it's Flipping Old School or Flipping OSRS.
I'm not sure.
I should know the name. I watched so many of his videos, but he does a ton of flipping videos, and he's how I learned. So I'd recommend watching him. Just shouting out all the YouTubers today.
And I'm like, no, shout out us.
Yes. Speaking of, I was watching Bodie and Fox Freedom this morning. Great
Oh
streamers.
yeah, we were supposed to go to the zoo, and he's like, I need to finish this, and I was like, it's fine, I'm doing my farming right.
Yeah, I watched Bodie get his hardcore Iron Man Inferno cape. That was pretty hype. So yeah,
I
those
didn't realize
guys
he
are
was
great
hardcore
streamers.
Iron Man.
Yeah, hardcore.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But I guess jokes aside.
Listen to us.
Yeah, jokes aside. Like I said, that's about as far as the updates go for us. There's no updates this week. I did say I would touch on the Corinne Chronicles. There's a new chronicle. I didn't read it. I'm not gonna read it because I'm not interested in the lore. But if you are interested in the backstory leading up to A Kingdom Divided, which, like I said, is coming out next week, then you're going to want to check it out. They have a full list of all of the backstory leading up to the Kingdom Divided. And so this is the second to last one. They are
cool.
going to put out the last Corinne Chronicles. So there's 6 of them. And they've been putting them out every so often leading
Every
up
week
to
or so.
yeah, leading up to the quest, and the quest is coming out next week. So I think it's next week. So
Yes, it is. The 16th.
They're going to release the last one, which is the 6th, pretty soon. So if you want to be fully caught up with that, you're going to want to check the site, OSRS site, and it'll be in the news section.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also am not too interested in the lore.
Yeah, so it's going to be on the same page that shows you the login screen design competition as well as the story so far video competition.
Wait, did they announce who won the login screen?
I don't think so.
Is it just like everything else where they somehow did and we just didn't know?
I think the way they announce it is by putting it up.
Oh, okay.
So we'll find out sooner or later. We'll find out next week because it'll be specifically for Kingdom Divided. So you'll know who won just by logging in.
Oh, I want to give everyone a life tip real quick.
Yeah.
I didn't know this till this morning. You can change your login screen to any of the old ones if you have RuneLight.
Yeah, if you have RuneLight, go to the login plugin.
And click the custom background, and it has, like, I guess all of the ones that they've ever had. So now
Yeah.
I have the Fossil Island one because it's cool and reminds me of Jurassic Park.
Mine's DS2.
Yeah. Which is so pretty. The DS2 one's so pretty.
Yeah, they look really nice. It like spices up your login screen so you don't have to be looking at the old what is it? It's like 2 crypt keepers and like the flames.
I just know it's
them.
gray.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it looks like.
Very boring. So if you want a little pop of color, you can try a couple different login screens.
I thought they edited it because I saw it on his computer and I was like, wait, what? It changed?
No, yeah. But either way, so the 150th quest in the game will be released in June.
150th?
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, that's like a lot of people were upset about the release of TOB, and they're like having some conspiracy theories that the only reason they released TOB as a quest is so that the what is this? A Kingdom Divided could be the 150th quest.
But didn't someone else say they had other plans for 150th and they were kind of disappointed?
I have no idea, honestly.
I don't even know where I read that. I might have made that up.
Yeah, I don't like looking into it too much, but either way, the 150th quest, A Kingdom Divided, is coming out next week, so be prepared for that. Not too high of requirements. Honestly, I don't think there's anything over 60, so you should be easily able to get it
at least started.
Yeah,
I don't know how that boss is going to be, though. I'm kind of nervous for that.
I don't think it'll be too hard because the requirements, there's no requirements for combat.
That's what it says, but they must have a boss fight. So
they did say there is a boss fight.
So I don't know why there wouldn't be requirements for combat. That seems so weird to me.
I have no idea.
Maybe it's just going to be updated later.
Yeah.
No idea.
All right, so now that all that's out of the way, like I said in the beginning, we are going to be moving on to questions from Reddit. And we did not get any questions this week on Instagram or anything. Yeah, that I noticed. Sorry if I missed it. I doubt we did.
I feel like sometimes I respond to questions and I don't feel like they're questions.
Yeah. Either way. So we'll move on to questions from Reddit. So the very first one is going to be about Theater of Blood. So of course, Theater of Blood came out, and a lot of people are
Cool.
struggling with it. It is probably one of the hardest quests in the game, without a doubt. I don't know about the hardest,
Dude,
but
yes.
it is one of the hardest for sure. And it has a requirement of, or not a, it actually has no requirement. It has a
It should.
recommendation. It has a recommendation of 90 combat, which I think is
Lowballing it.
kind of low. I think they
I
should have
agree.
recommended 100,
Do
and that
you
would
know what the
still be.
combat level of the person going with us was? They
Um,
were lower than us, I
they
know.
were slightly lower than us. I think they're one. I don't know, 105. If
They
I had
were
to
over
guess.
90 though. Oh, they're
Yeah,
107. I just looked them up.
yeah, okay, 107, which is I think right around where you should be. I think you should have at least 80 of each combat, which I think is around
Hmm.
100. 100 total.
Yeah, definitely.
So if I had to guess, but either
90 is
way,
very low.
yeah, 90 is very generous. I think if you know what you're doing, 90 is easily
I think
doable.
if you have a
But
great team to carry you,
yeah, if you don't know anything, you should either have a great team or just be over prepared for this content.
I definitely had a great team.
Either way, though, this question says anyone able to help a noob get carried through story mode TOB? I keep dying to the last boss. Any help would be appreciated. And this person already, I think, got help, but you can always join our clan in our clan chat, like we said
Yeah,
earlier,
we could help you guys.
and we can help you through it, either like describing it, because I thoroughly know most of the mechanics
Yes, you do.
in the quest mode version of TOB, not the normal mode.
Yeah, normal mode questions maybe don't direct towards us. We don't
Yeah.
actually know.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna feign that I understand normal mode, because
Hmm.
I spent a lot of time understanding quest mode, so it'd probably take another few hours to understand the regular version.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we can help you with that. We can also, I mean, potentially take you through it if we have like some free time on the weekend or something like that. But
Yeah.
also, I mean, maybe try looking up for. There's going to be other questions that I reference this clan chat, but you should try looking up the clan chat. We do raids
Oh,
because they obviously do raids, and
do you have to
so
pay them to carry you though?
no, usually they'll have like learners to do
That's
raids and stuff
nice.
like that. So I'm guessing that there's gonna be people there that are at least willing to. Maybe there's gonna be one person that'll be nice and like help you out.
You just have to be an
So
active learner, not just somebody expecting to be carried and not do
yeah,
anything.
don't go anywhere looking for handouts, or you'll be very disappointed most of the time. That's just a
Unfortunately.
general life rule, but especially when it comes to gamers, because we are relentless.
Some
We don't,
gamers are bitter,
especially
so bitter.
in RuneScape. We helping you is an XP loss, so
Jesus.
it is a gift, so don't take it for granted.
God, some people on here are so annoying.
But either way, yeah, like more or less, whether we're joking or not, you can join and we'll try to help you. But there's, I think, plenty of like PVM clans that you can try
That
and get
probably
into
are
that might help
faster than
you.
us.
Yeah, we would help you, but we will help you. You might not be very successful, but we will be patient, which I
It
guess
might
is,
take us a couple tries, but we don't care.
yeah, that I think that's probably our strong suit, is that we're pretty patient and willing to help.
For sure.
And so I guess we can move on to the next question. So this person's asking for help with Vorkath. So pretty easy question, honestly. They said they have a 40 mil budget in the bank and they have Elite Void. So their question is, should they go with a blowpipe and a Dragon Warhammer, or just a blowpipe and save for the Dragon Hunter crossbow?
I
They,
would do that.
yeah, they already have rigor and everything like that. Honestly, just blowpipe.
I've only done 50 Warcath kills to be fair, but I'd never brought the Warhammer. I would be too scared to do melee. I'd be afraid I'd get murked immediately.
It's honestly such a big waste. Like, it's not the hugest waste, but I think the main strategy for bringing a Dragon Warhammer or a BGS, both of which, if you don't know, lowers the defense of an enemy when you
Hmm.
special attack, is to like special attack and then go back to a house to replenish your special attack and then use it again for the next
Oh
fight.
my
So
gosh.
there's a lot of running, and the blowpipe hasn't been nerfed, so there's really no point, because your blowpipe is still gonna crush
Oh
Vorkath.
yeah, I would just go and do blowpipe and try to get as much money as you can before they nerf it,
Yeah,
and then maybe you'll be able to afford the dragon crossbow.
yeah.
Fingers
Honestly,
crossed.
yeah. Just use the blowpipe. It's really easy. Just learn the fight. It's kind of like TOB. It's not hard. Just learn the fight, and you'll be sailing through it.
Yeah.
So the next one is, should I do a night at the theater now or wait for future changes?
Hmm.
So I do think there's a good potential that they change that the quest or something like that. I don't know if they will. I feel like a good chance, by me saying a good chance, is like higher than 10%.
I
But
have a question that might be relevant then.
yeah,
Do you do you think that it was a good idea for a quest, or do you think it should have been like a mini quest or a diary requirement? Because this is
I
very controversial. If any of you are like actively like see stuff in the RuneScape like community,
yeah.
people have some hot takes,
Yeah, a lot of people think it should have either been a mini quest or a diary.
which I actually agree with, kind of. So
Yeah,
Rob kind of changed my mind, but I think it should have been like maybe a diary thing. I don't know if they're gonna add to the diaries though. Is
yeah,
all. But like Chambers of Zarek, that's in the diaries. That wasn't a quest. That's also a
yeah,
raid.
yep.
So that was mostly what made me think it. But I know you actually like watched live streams of them and stuff.
Yeah, I did watch a live stream where they answered a couple question. It was with I think Mod Sween and Husky as well as maybe a couple others. I think it might have been Arcane and one other. I forgot their name, unfortunately. But they were kind of talking about it and taking questions on just overall thoughts and impressions of TOB
Mm-hmm.
and like how it rolled out as the quest. And they were kind of saying, like, a lot of people were saying that it's not a quest. One of the main arguments, at least, was that it's not a quest because it doesn't have any story. And to that, I think Mod Husky brought up a really good point that, like, that's not a real requirement of quests. Because if you look at, like, a lot of early quests, a really good example that they brought up is Doric's quest, where all you do is
I don't
roll
even
up
remember it.
you roll up to a dwarf north of Falador, give him a couple like pieces of iron, and then you're done. Like there's practically zero story
Well,
there.
I guess it would just be because this is supposedly a hard quest. You would
Yeah,
expect there to be more to it.
yeah, and I get that, but also, and this part is my opinion. I think there should be quests for all of the hard content in the game
Okay.
because it's. I feel like one, it's just like easy content. Like you can have a quest that leads up to this hard content, introduce you to the background of this content. Like why the heck is Ulm hidden underground?
I think that the Theater of Blood, it would have been great if they did a quest leading up to who these people are and where they are, and then at the
Yeah.
end be like, to be continued.
Yeah, to be fair, I still don't know who Verzik Viter is, which is the last boss.
They said something in it because they were talking a little bit. Literally, all the story in the quest is you're just talking to this dude, and he says something about wanting to embarrass her. And
Yeah,
I'm like, why?
to be fair, I skipped through all the
Spacebar
quests.
that.
Yeah, I skipped through all the quests, so I'm not one that's particularly arguing for or against it, but
Yeah.
I do think it is easy content and it makes sense to have quests leading up to all of the hard content in the game. And I think the story mode honestly is one of the best quests in the game
Really?
because as far as a quest standpoint, like I said, I couldn't care less about story or anything like that, so it totally misses that mark, which is great in my opinion. And also, it introduced you to some of the more exclusive content in the game,
Yeah.
which is extremely intimidating for a new player. But this gives you a safe way to try it alone and
Mm-hmm.
see if you actually are interested in it. Because if not, then you're gonna have to get carried through it or have like a friend introduce you to it. Like imagine going into like raids or something like that, like or yeah, imagine going into raids with no knowledge or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
that's probably extremely intimidating for new players. Probably not for me because I've done stuff like
Oh,
that.
I feel like it was intimidating for me. I was
Yeah,
scared doing it.
yeah, exactly. And you were with people you knew, so like imagine going up to a random group of people in like
Shout
your
out Sup
clan.
Doggy.
Yes, or like if especially if you've never done content like that. I've done content like that in other games, which is why it's not as intimidating for me because I kind of know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But like yeah, like I said, I think it's a great introduction. Maybe it's not cool because it takes away your quest cape, which I mean, it's kind of harsh, but go cry me a river. Like who's using a quest cape?
Oh my god, I use my quest cape all the time.
I know. Like okay, it's nice for teleports and stuff like that, but it's not like man, my life is ruined because I don't have a quest cape. It's like chances are if you are doing this quest, you're pretty close to having a maxed house, which means you have a fairy ring, or
I'm
you
all
have a
that.
fire cape, which is best in slot over it. So why are you using the quest cape besides the teleport, which is like not a big deal in my
It was
opinion?
just to defend myself for being one of those people.
No, yeah, for
It was
sure.
frustrating doing clue scrolls because everything's like, go teleport here, closest fairy ring. And I'm like, Okay, well, I have to go run to the fairy
Yeah,
ring because my house isn't. I think I have to be like 90 to have the fairy ring in there or something,
you do.
right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, and
95.
I'm
I think it's 90. Oh yeah, it's like 90 for the fairy ring and then 95 for the combined.
yeah, and I am not that high right now
Yeah,
because construction's expensive and I'm lazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I think my main problems with it were just that it was a quest. I feel like it should have been a mini quest. It
Mm-hmm.
felt like a mini quest.
Yeah,
It didn't feel like a real quest at all. And because I mean, it's kind of just like a mini game almost.
yeah. I totally agree with you and see the standpoint that other people have that were being upset because of the difficulty of it and stuff like that. I think because it set a precedent as a quest, it was received poorly. But if I think if all the hard content previous in the
Oh
game
yeah, it's just
had
because the
quests,
game's so old.
yeah,
This little raid has been out for years, and all of a sudden they're like, "By the way, it's a quest now. Do this." I'm
yeah, it's
like,
been out
"What?"
for like almost 3 years.
It is
It's
so
been out for three
weird.
years now,
Yeah,
and so
so
it's like,
random.
like I said, if they came out with like Chambers of Xeric quests leading up to it, and there's an easy mode for it, then it's like, oh, this is a way to introduce you to
Yeah,
Chambers of Xeric, and if you have a quest cape, then you're like reliably understand relatively how to do the raid to some degree. Because I mean, now if you think about it, everyone that has a quest cape, relatively,
we're all
they
TOBers.
have a like a base of knowledge that they're not going to be completely useless. Obviously, save for the people that got carried, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to be completely useless if they ever do decide to do harder content like TOB,
Yeah, for sure.
which I think overall is a better situation than what it was before,
Mm-hmm.
where if you wanted to do TOB, you're in like a really rough spot or you got to know someone.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
But
And my
I can see it either way. But honestly, all the people that were crying that they didn't have their quest cape anymore, I'm kind of just like, I couldn't care less. Like, I'm
at
just,
me next time,
yeah, I'm
okay?
just over that.
So the only other complaint I had about it, and we actually discussed this the other day, but I'm gonna say it anyway,
Yeah.
is that they called it story mode.
Oh
Because
yeah.
okay, because I understand not all quests have to have stories. Whatever, that's fine. I don't think they should have called it story mode.
You
I'm
know,
not that upset about it,
hmm
but I think it's
it's
weird.
deceiving.
It's very deceiving name.
Yeah.
They could have just called it like beginner or I wouldn't say easy. They
Yeah.
could have just said like introduction mode.
Yeah. You know what I would have called it? One, I expected the same thing, and I
Yeah.
was let down that there wasn't like
I
extra
thought like I thought like
cutscenes.
after every monster we'd like talk to someone who's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this guy, let me tell you about him." But
There,
no, there wasn't.
there wasn't like extra like, oh, this person is talking to this person, and
Yeah.
there's like this
Which is
exposition.
funny because I'm so not interested in the lore, but it was like jarring almost
Yeah.
because I was like, "There's no story
I'm
here."
not. I don't know who any of these bosses are or why I'm killing them.
Yeah,
All I know is they drop loot,
yeah,
and it's weird because you'd expect some kind of exposition, which I wouldn't pay attention to, but I would expect.
yeah. They should have just named it something else.
Yeah.
They should have named
What
it story mode.
they should have named it like trial mode
Oh, trial mode would have been good. I
because it
think
makes sense. It's literally a
trial or
trial.
introduction or
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
Not calling it easy because it was hard still,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, the story was very deceiving.
Yeah. This is a really large tangent, but
Well, that's a question I wanted to talk about anyway in this
yeah.
video. I just forgot to say it before.
But to answer this person's question, I think you should do theater now. If
Yes.
you are capable of it, you should do it and test yourself as a player. And also,
I don't think that there's gonna be that big of changes.
yeah, I don't think there's going to be that big of
It's
changes.
been 3 years and they just started a quest, like kind of making sure, like, yes, this is here and this is how it is. I don't see why they'd suddenly change it
Yeah,
now.
one, I don't think they'll change it from being a quest,
Yeah.
and two, I don't think they'll make it. I think it's more likely they'll make it easier, but I also don't think that'll happen.
I don't know either, yeah.
So I think you
Might as well
should
just do it. If you
do it.
can't do it, like, I mean, maybe go work on your skills and maybe they'll make it easier by the time you're ready. But I don't think it's going to significantly change at all.
Yeah, and also it's like you should do it now because there's other people in your situation also trying to do it. So
Who are desperate enough to carry you.
now's going to be the best time to do it.
Yeah.
And also it's like theater's not going to get easier unless you wait until like the next raid or something like that. And it's like, why would you? It's not that big a deal. A lot of people are making it like seem really hard and like on Reddit and stuff
And
like
it
that.
is hard. Don't
It-
get us wrong.
It's hard and it'll take you some time, but even if it takes 3 or 4 tries, you spent much longer getting to 92.
Sins of the Father, though.
Yeah, like
That one took me way more time than this.
if you think about it in like relevance to all the other grinds in the game, like you've spent much longer cooking than you will dying to these
I was
bosses.
just thinking about compared to bosses in other quests.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as hard as other bosses. It's just annoying because if you get to the end, you have to start over. I think it's more annoying because it's really long. It's kind of
Yeah.
how I felt getting to Jad to get my fire cape. I'm like, well, there went an hour of my life that I'm not going to get back. Where, like, Vorkath of the quest, you could just teleport out.
Yeah, it's a really good example is you essentially are fighting the final boss in Sins of the Father like 5 times, except for the
Yeah,
last
that's
boss
actually
being a
fair.
little bit more difficult.
Yeah, Sins of the Father one, that took me actual months because I had to stop and go train my magic in the middle.
Yeah,
Because
so
I was like,
it's
I
like
physically, my little person cannot handle this.
yeah, so it's not impossible by any means. Just take like some time out of your day, out of your weekend, and spend a few hours doing it, and you'll be laughing your way through.
Yeah, it's fun too.
It is very fun. Oh yeah, real quick question. So for the next question, I just wanted to blast through this cooking question real quick. This person asked, they're a pay-to-play player, and they're looking for a place to cook raw karambwans. The best place that I know of in the game is going to be
The Myths
the
Guild.
Myths Guild.
Likely they can't go there,
Yeah,
probably, if they're
because
only
they're only level
51.
51 cooking. If you can
But
go to the Myths Guild, it's you literally are
totally go there.
standing next to the bank, so you just click on the
You don't
bank.
even have to, like, step.
Yeah, and then you click on the furnace. The second best place is going to be in Burthorpe,
Really?
in the Thieves Guild.
Oh, I've never cooked there.
Because in the Thieves Guild, you are standing right next to a fireplace and a chest. So I also think you don't have to move there. Or
Yeah.
if you do, it's like a step or two. It's like not very far. I think it's one of the better places in the game.
Did you read where they were?
Yeah, this person is running upstairs and downstairs between the Barrow's Gloves chest
The Coalmancer
in
glove.
yeah, the Colomancer chest and the cooking
Lumbridge cook.
range. So that
Well,
is a
I
pretty far
actually,
run.
yeah, that is a far run. But for a little bit, I was doing the East Varrock Bank with this house next to it.
Jesus.
And I had the Coalmancer's chest unlocked. I just didn't realize that it was faster.
Yeah, barely, but both of them are not very good.
They are not, yeah.
The Burthorpe is definitely a better option.
Hmm.
Myths Guild is one of the best. It's my option that I go to.
But I think you have to finish Dragon Slayer 2 for that.
You do have to
So
finish Dragon Slayer
obviously,
2.
a lot of people aren't going to have access to it.
And also, another great place for free to play is Edgeville.
They're pay to play.
I know, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
And also free to play, you can do clans. Clans is actually, I think clans might even be closer than this because
Oh, check out your clan hall.
the bank and the range are on the same floor. They're like, I don't know if I had to guess,
They're
like
in separate rooms, but close.
if I had to guess, they're like 20 tiles away. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty close.
Join our Bunebape clan. Hit us up in our clan chat, Bunebape osrs.
Yeah.
Join our clan and use our range.
Yeah, it's a really good option that they added to the game. So yeah, there's
That's really
definitely
cool.
way better options than this. Also, Hosidius, it gives you an extra non-burn chance as well.
Oh, really? I've
Yeah.
never cooked there.
Yeah, if you are 100% with Hosidius, you can use the kitchen there. And
That
I
does
think,
take a second, though.
yeah, it does. But if you happen to be, then I think it gives you like 10% less burn chance or something.
Okay, that's
like,
pretty
it's really
cool.
good. Yeah, that was a pretty easy one. And so the next one is going to be talking about farming. This one's for you, of course.
Ooh.
So they're pretty new to the game, but they're interested in farming. They have 30 farming. What's the best route to get up your farming?
Best route to get at farming is daily fruit tree runs.
Daily fruit tree runs. They are pretty inexpensive too.
So you have to do a quest to unlock the first spirit tree. I don't remember what exactly it is in some gnome quest. But what I do every day is go to my spirit tree, and then with the highest fruit that you can take, I cap it off at papaya trees because then it starts to get really expensive. But I get my papayas and I go to the gnome stronghold patch, the tree gnome village patch, the Catherby patch, which you have to teleport to Camelot and run down if you don't have a teleport to Catherby.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to Brimhaven and I do the one over there. I do that through the spirit tree as well because I've unlocked. Obviously, this person will not. So what you can do is in Catherby, they have boats and you can take that to Brimhaven. And from Brimhaven, after you do your fruit tree, if you run down next to the Tybo
Tybo One Eye.
One Eye, they have Calquats. and I do a Calcot every day, they're super cheap. It's the only Calcot spots, and they're like pretty good XP.
Yeah.
And
Don't you have a video on your farming route as well?
oh my god, I have a daily run. Yeah.
Yeah.
So check out my video first of all. But if anyone's too lazy to watch the video, I do that. And once you have the farming guild unlocked, you have to have like 85 to get to the top part, I believe. But once you
Yeah.
do, you get an extra tree pouch.
Patch.
You get an extra tree patch. And then once you do beginning like the elf quest, you have the Letya patch.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
overall,
I do
there's
6 trees a
yeah,
day.
6 of them. Yeah, so her option's the best option. Trees, I think, are the fastest experience per hour of anything in the game.
Yeah, I never really did normal trees. I know Rob did sometimes.
Yeah, if you combine them, you can get a lot of experience per hour. Like every time I log in, daily, it's 100,000 experience for like 30 minutes of work. So it's
They're just expensive.
yeah,
That's all.
yeah. Regular trees are significantly more expensive than fruit trees. So
But you know it can cut down on your cost. Go to the farming guild and whatever the like lowest level is for farming. So you do have to be higher than 13, obviously, like this person is. But you can do farming contracts and you like plant stuff basically, like they request what you plant, and then they give you seed patches as a reward. So you get free seeds.
yeah, there you go.
And that's actually how I get a lot of my trees. I still have to buy the papayas, obviously, because I use 6 a day. But a lot of my regular trees and Celastris and redwood trees, I get from those pouches and I just use them from there.
Yeah.
And there's a seed vault too. In the Farmers Guild, you could store them. I have like 2 million worth of seeds in there.
Nice.
Once they get tangle root, I'm going to sell them all.
Okay.
After I got 99, I went and sold them all and realized like, oh, I should still do these contracts because I'm probably not going to get tangle root anytime soon.
Yeah.
I've done like a few hundred contracts though. Oh, sorry, one more. On Fossil Island, do the hardwood tree patches.
Yeah, those only
Yes.
go at like every 3 days, but they give
Yeah.
you a ton of experience.
Yeah, and once you're high enough to do Hispori,
And you should protect those, by the way.
you definitely protect those. I do the super compost, and it sucks because every few days they die, but since I'm 99, I don't care really.
Yeah.
But once you're able to do Hispori as well, plant Hispori and they drop a chrono seed, which can speed up the process of your plants growing, which is awesome. Cannot
Yeah.
recommend enough.
So there you go, an entire guide on how to get 99 farming.
20 minutes later, I'm like out of breath.
Yeah. So I figured we'd finish on this. There might have been other questions I said I'd get to. I lied.
That's why I told you, I was like, we're not going to do as many as you think.
Like, this is the last question. So this one is a good question because I think it's just more or less
This is actually what I was wondering.
I'm gonna expand upon it in a more of a like a conceptual way. So the question is, if I already have my fire cape, should I sell my blowpipe? So they said they bought the blowpipe exclusively to get the fire cape. Now that they have it, and they never use it for Slayer due to how expensive it is, should they keep it? So I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to talk about like, should you or do you in general keep gear that you're not using just in case you need it?
I do with my general gear. Like for my range, mage, and like melee, I have like one outfit that I always wear.
Yeah.
But stuff like special attack, like the Dragon Warhammer and stuff, I don't keep those. I only buy them when I need them because
Mhm.
I don't use them very often. Same with like the Ancient Wyvern shield. Like I only buy that when I have a Wyvern task.
Yeah.
So my blowpipe I sold right after I got the fire cape. I ended up needing it again for something else. I don't remember. But I just buy it
for
when
TOB?
needed. Yeah, I need it for TOB because it is expensive. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't use it, and I'd rather just have my gold back to buy other stuff.
Yeah, so it's honestly it is like a meta item, so it's hard to say to sell it, but honestly, it depends on how much money you have, in my opinion,
Oh
at the end
yeah.
of the day. Like if you have 100 mil, like I don't know, like why not keep it? But if you are like really stressing for 2 mil, then and you don't plan on using it anytime soon, then you should definitely sell it because it's just like sitting there doing nothing. And
Yeah.
it is expensive to use, so you're only going to use it on very rare tasks or certain like bosses and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I mean, I don't see why you'd keep it at that point, but like for me, like for example, there's a like a limit. Like there's some gear that I keep, like Barrow's gear that I keep
Oh yeah, because you know
just
you'll
in
probably do it
case.
again.
Sometimes I'll need like tanking gear or mage gear, and I don't have really good mage gear, so I just keep a set of Arams and some
Yeah.
like Guthans, stuff that I know I use every so often. And it's
Kind of like
not,
how I keep one of everything.
yeah, and it's only like 2 mil or something like that, which for some people is expensive, like I said, but for me, that's not like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just keep it, and there's no real, it doesn't matter to me whether I keep it or not. So sometimes I'll sell it, sometimes I'll get it back, but usually I keep it.
Mm-hmm.
But for more expensive things, like for me, the BGS, so the Bandos Godsword, is a little too
How
expensive
much
for
is
me to
that?
keep. It's like 8.5 mil.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't keep it either.
Yeah, so I kind of needed that money for getting the gear to, funny enough, to gear up to kill Bandos.
Oh.
So I sold that and like bought a couple things so I could have those instead. And so I think honestly, it's just like kind of like a break point. Like if you have like 2 bill, you can probably keep like a couple 100 mil worth of gear regularly
Yeah.
and it not be a big deal. But if you have like 1 or 200 mil, then you could probably keep like 10 mil, like me or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
worth of like random gear. But
I
again,
also
if,
don't like random stuff clogging up my bank.
yeah, like I'm getting close to bank max as well.
I think I'm getting fairly close as well. Like after doing all those bosses and doing Jad, I have so much super restores and Ceradome and Brews my
Yeah,
bank, and I'm like, I don't use you. So I like went and sold all but like 5 of each.
yeah, exactly. So honestly, it's probably just like the same as always, but
I also just checked my bank is 804 out of 816. I need to clean out my bank today.
yeah, you're really
Oh wow,
close.
I'm gonna go clean out my bank today.
Yeah, every once in a while, people have to go through and get rid of their placeholders if you use
Oh, the
them.
placeholders take up room?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I have some placeholders that are just at the end because I've been too lazy to delete them. That makes
Yeah.
me feel better.
Yeah, so if like you used to use ropes a lot for quests, you can probably get rid of that
You
placeholder.
can also go to somebody, right, in Drainer
Oh yeah,
Village.
this is something Michelle didn't know, so
I did not.
I'll leave you off.
Life
I'll leave you
hack.
all off on a really good tip.
Best tip, dude.
This is especially useful if you have your quest cape. If you don't have your quest cape, I wouldn't really recommend this, but if you go, or I mean do whatever you want, obviously. You
I
can
would recommend it though.
go to Drainer Village, talk to the wise old man, and he has an option for you to get rid of all of your quest items that you do not need anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll just straight up delete them from your bank
Existence.
all at once.
It's great. The reason he told me this is because he was like, "What are you doing?" Like several months ago, I was looking at each item, searching on Wiki, and reading, "Will I ever have to use this again?"
Yeah.
I did that for probably like 20 items before you noticed what I was doing, and we're like, you know that there's a better way, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a better way. So you can honestly go talk to him and get rid of stuff. But obviously,
Yeah.
they might come up with quests in the future where you do need that stuff. But
They all have easy recovery methods if that happens.
yeah, if that happens, it's not a big deal.
I feel like that's the life hack to end all life hacks.
Yeah, so I guess we'll leave off on that. Overall, like I said, if you need your gear, if you need money, sell your gear. It's not a big
Mhm.
deal. You can always buy it back. It's not an exclusive item. So unless it's for nostalgia reasons, you could probably sell your gear without it being a problem.
Definitely.
But I think that's about it. Do you have any plans
Yeah.
coming up for the week?
So I'm just gonna be working on my mining. Hopefully, I'm gonna be finishing that video with the master clue, but who knows? Because every other clue, they're like, do something impossible you've never done before.
Yeah. They're like, oh, for the last step, do the Inferno.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
Yeah.
And then I might work on Slayer a bit. I was gonna say I might try to do my wilderness hard or wilderness.
Your blah, blah, blah.
I was gonna say I might try to do my wilderness elite, but if I'm being honest, probably not gonna start that yet.
Yeah.
Because I probably would be really over mining and boosting by then.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll just work on Slayer or work on some other diary stuff because I know that I need to get like my fletching up eventually a little bit.
Yeah,
My
why
prayer.
Fletch?
Why fletch?
Yeah, why Fletch?
Stupid. Yeah, what about you? What are you gonna do this week?
I don't know. I mean, I'll probably end up doing that Chinchampa thing.
Chim chims?
Them chimichangas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so cute. I hope
Honestly,
you get it back.
besides that, I'm not really sure. I don't really have too much plans. I might do that, and I'm also gonna be streaming more. And
Oh, you're gonna be getting a camera for streaming too, right?
oh yeah, I'm gonna get a camera for streaming, so that's gonna be cool. Honestly,
You can
not a
see
ton
Rob
of
in real
plans.
life. Not in real life.
Besides that, yeah, just more like 8-hour videos. So I was gonna do like
Mhm.
or 10-hour videos. So I was gonna do like 10 hours from Chinchampas, and then like 10 hours from Alk Agility, 10 hours from like
You
potentially
should really do that elk
Vorkath.
agility because you have so much money sitting in your
Yeah, I have
bank.
like 20 mil worth of
Yeah.
items sitting there ready to be alked.
Yeah, I
But
want to start also the Mage Arena 2 like live tutorial that was requested. which I'm gonna correct me if I'm wrong, Mandy. You're probably listening, but I took that as meaning like kind of talking as I go and trying to guide through, not like an official guide, but kind of how I did with the Below Ice Mountain one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what a live tutorial would be. Like
Okay.
it's not like Slayer music where you know everything, but hey, I could be wrong. Correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong and you don't want to see that.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine, honestly.
I'm just scared I'm gonna get killed by a player.
I mean,
And it
even
will
if you
annoy
do,
me.
it's not a big deal.
I know, it's just annoying.
True. Very true.
But yeah, that's about it for this week.
Yeah, I think that's all we have.
Cool.
Really, thanks a lot for listening. Hope you all
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
You could check out our Instagram where I post RuneScape memes and stuff, and our YouTube, which are both called Bunebape. You can also find us on Twitter, or you can find our clan chat with Bunebape OSRS.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, you can also catch us live on
Twitch.
twitch.tv/Bunebape.
Yep, and those links will be basically everywhere.
Yeah, they're in the bottom of every YouTube video.
Yep, we have link trees on Instagram and Twitter, so check that out.
Yeah, so you can follow us anywhere you follow anyone.
Yep, ask us any questions you need to, and we'll be sure to answer them. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
All right, bye.
Bye.